Hey everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing Tuesday. I'm hopping on real quick. So I'm popping on to first tell you some new winners, and I want to hear how your January journey is going. So as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? This is the best time that worked for our schedule, so I'm sorry the last couple nights I did not come on and do a Q&A. I am going to touch on a couple Q&A questions that people asked. So where are you tuning in from? How is your January journey going? And what are you doing today? So, real quick, if you are when you are tuning in, make sure to check the header of the video. There are winners for some mom fuel. So we did some drawings for ketones. I think 3 of you won, and then 3 of you won a book. And I didn't bring the book with me, but you're going to be getting the Rhinoceros Success book. It's a super fun book, and it's just going to give you the mindset of, are you going to charge after and change things in your life, or are you going to be a cow and sit on the sidelines? Are you going to be a rhino or a cow? It's just a super fun book. The author is Scott Alexander. So we have, let me see if I wrote it down right. We have Carrie, Sharon, and Amy who won ketones. So I'll need your address. And then we had a Tammy, Tessa, and a Michelle that won the book. So if that's you, check above in the video header and then send me your address. Secondly, I'll talk about this in a second. But as you're tuning in, again, where are you tuning in from? How is your day? How is your day 12? So if you're brand new and you're like, what are we doing? In the beginning of January, I just said, hey, we're going to do a check-in system. I'm going to draw for some books and ketones and give some fun prizes. We might give something really big away at the end as you're checking in. So continue to tune in and check in because we put your names in and kids just kind of draw them out. So what I did was I said, hey, I want this to be an accountability for you, right? So that you can come check in, whether you're doing this by yourself or you've got a couple people around you, you know that, okay, I've got to check in today. It just holds you accountable, right? So it might be your day 12. It might be your day 5. It might be, maybe you've been solid and it's like your day 67. I don't know. But I want you to just check in and tell us, how are you doing? What specific goal were you working on this month? So in the beginning of January, I said, don't try to do everything all at once because it gets overwhelming and then that's when people quit. But if you kind of take a step back and focus on one thing at a time, one day at a time, maybe you focused on water intake this month, or you're focusing on intermittent fasting, or you're focusing on moving your body, right? 5 days a week or whatever that is. So always ask questions. If you send me a private message, you are going to get a response and probably different videos and things to help you. But a couple questions that came up, I shared a visual this morning about the net carbs and total carbs. So for those of you who asked a few days ago, if you just scroll through the page, there's a really good example of how to calculate net carbs and total carbs. One of the biggest questions I get all the time is, I get so frustrated with tracking my food, right? And so if you've been here for a while, you've heard me say this a lot. And I always say, if you're just starting, it's great to track your food. Who tracks their food in a tracker? Like MyFitnessPal or a carb counter. It's great because it visibly gives you an idea of what you're eating and how much you're eating and if you're overeating. Now, I have not tracked my food in years. I did in the very beginning because I just kind of wanted to see what it looks like, but now I just know. So some of you get really frustrated with me. Some of you get really frustrated because a lot of the food that we cook and we make, and my friend Mandy and my friend Jessica and my friend Liz, like they make great recipes, but none of us really track things. I would say we're not quite a Pinterest mom or lady because I don't have the macros in there, right? So if it frustrates you, I'm sorry. The recipes that I share are just low carb, keto ingredients that are going to give you better options. My journey is not a strict keto diet at the moment. I drink ketones every day. I drink a lot of water. I choose the best foods, and I eat too much protein. I already know I do. I love to work out. I understand the power of protein and muscle growth. I will tell you, if you're looking for a great resource, let me write it down. Those of you, one of the questions was, is there any good books to read? So there's one called, I'll write it down so you can take a screenshot if you need to, if you're not by a pen and paper. It's called the Ketogenic Bible. And one of the formulators of our product, KetoNat, his name is Dr. Ryan Lowry. So we've got Dr. Ryan, and you're going to see a Dr. Jacob. They are the authors of the book, and it's called the Ketogenic Bible. So this is what it's called. It's a great book because they walk you through how to start the diet. They actually answer medical questions. They actually give you lots of reasons, medical-wise, why the diet is good. They talk about drinking ketones. They talk about lots of different things. They're going to give you recipes with macros. If you're like, I need all of the details, use Pinterest, right? Because Pinterest is great, and I am the least Pinterest person you will ever meet in your life, meaning I can't make something look Pinteresty. I don't bake I just am not that. But I do the best I can because we have 4 daughters. We homeschool, which today was fun. It's a crazy ride, right? And we're all learning. So my philosophy is this. My husband started with a keto diet long, long ago and tracked everything down to a T. He weighed his food. He pricked his finger. He measured everything for about 2 years. I was overwhelmed with that because we had 4 babies at the time. But I thought to myself, if I could keep it one day at a time and start on my breakfast, right? So like I was learning about intermittent fasting, and then I was going, okay, for breakfast, I'm going to eat eggs and bacon. For lunch, I'm going to take the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad, or grab a lettuce wrap. For supper, I'm just not going to eat the pasta and the potatoes and the rice, and I'm going to eat more veggies and protein. That worked for me. If that's not you, that's okay. Remember, this is not a one-size-fits-all, but it's really about figuring out what's going to fuel you, right? Food is fuel, not a reward. And being able to have a good understanding of like your body, if you're hungry, if you're not, like a good relationship with food, right? And it's a process for sure. And we are not perfect. I have had enough sweets and I have cheated plenty of times between Thanksgiving and this new year. But I also understand how to get back on track. So that was a question. How do I get back on track if I slip up? You can intermittent fast, right? You could I've never done an egg fast. I've never done it, but it's like you eat eggs for every meal for 3 days. I don't know about it. You can go Pinterest it, but I do have a lot of people that go, I'm going to do an egg fast. I'm going to be doing a reboot, which you can join us at the end of the month, which is like a 60-hour, you only drink what's in the little box. I point over here because I have a box, but like I'm drinking my dinner and my lunch and breakfast and everything in between. Or you can do kind of your own version. So maybe, for example, I felt like you guys, I did so good. I didn't eat chips or a treat. I didn't have any cheats from August until the election. I gave myself and then I had a treat. And then we dove into some of the holidays. I'm not a big sweets person. If I have something, I'm going to feel like garbage, and I'm going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have had that. So I think I went about 120 days, nothing, right? So I'm about to do it again. I just was like, you know what? I always give myself a reason or something to I'm going to do it for this, or I'm going to be praying about this, or I'm going to be giving something up for this. So I am probably going to dive in, and I think it was starting today. My goal is what was my goal? I think mid-March. I was like, no cheats, nothing. Think I can do it? There's personal reasons why I'm doing it, but I'm going to do it. So anyways, don't get frustrated. The only way you fail is if you quit, right? I know I say that all the time. There's things that you're going to hear me say, like, don't mess up good for perfect. A lot of you grab all this information and you don't take action. The key is the action. If you're not going to take something, learn it, and put it into place, it's not going to work, right? Because you're not doing anything. So I say, don't mess up good for perfect. Or I'll say things like, if you're not hungry, don't eat. Don't get to the end of your day. This is what happens. I have people that will go, well, if you're tracking your food, you're going to get you're going to get a pie chart, and you're going to have P stands for protein. We'll do fats. Oops. We'll do this. Okay. Not great ratios, but you're going to get to the end of the day if you're tracking, and you're going to have, this is all my fats, fats and carbs, protein, fats, sorry. what happens is people go, oh my goodness, look I have all this left over. I did not fill this in. And they'll message me and they're like, Stephanie, I still can eat 20 grams of carbs. Or I can eat 20 grams of fat. What can I eat? And I'll say, are you hungry? Well, no, but my tracker says I can eat it. Don't do it. Don't do it, because I explained this to somebody the other day. I said, you have to understand, when you're eating a carb gram, there are a certain amount of calories in a carb gram. I think it might be 5. I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist. I've learned this as I go. So I'll give you an example. Let's say one carb equals 5 calories. 1 fat gram, I think, is equal to like 9 calories, right? So your body processes carbs differently. Your body uses fat, if it's not overdone, as fuel, or it burns and turns into ketones, right? That's the goal. What happens if you continuously eat all of this fat? And even if you're not hungry, what's going to happen to the calories? You're going to eat a lot of calories, right? If you ever look at, like, some of you drink fat coffee, it's like coffee with coconut oil and butter in it. And if you calculate all the calories in that, it's like 400 and some calories. That's like a meal, right? The reason you're not eating is because you're drinking that, which keeps you full throughout the day, and you're going to hopefully have your body make ketones. I drink ketones, but all I want you to know is this. Do not get to the end of the day. And if you're not hungry, don't just try to eat this, because if you're not hungry, your body doesn't need it, and then you're going to overeat on your calories, which then causes a plateau, or then causes you to message me going, it's not working. I only lost 5 pounds in the last 7 weeks. One of you just messaged me, and I said, let's chat about that for a little bit. So I often say, if you're not hungry, don't eat, right? And the only way that you fail is if you quit. So the other question that came up was, well, if I'm not hungry, well, there's a whole little thing to that. Actually, I forgot the question. I wrote them down at home and I forgot them. It'll come back to me in a second. So I hope the calories make sense. You just don't need to overeat. If you're not hungry, your body will tell you. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, right? If you're doing a keto low-carb diet, the question was, do I need electrolytes? You will know if you need electrolytes because your body, you'll get leg cramps. Anybody get that? Or a slight headache? Look at your water intake and then grab some electrolytes. Your electrolytes could be as simple as pickle juice or some Himalayan salt in your water. Don't overthink it. Somebody's going to go, how much water? How much salt? Just grab a pinch, half a teaspoon, throw it in your water and drink it. If I get leg cramps, which I always do when I travel because it's my fault. I don't drink enough water when we're traveling or when I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant. But what I would do is if I get leg cramps or headache, I will just take a shot of salt. So I'll put the salt until I'm like, oh, that's going to taste really nasty. And I'm like, and I lick it. Or I just throw it back and take a swig of water. You'd be shocked at how fast your leg cramps will go away and your headache. I have electrolytes through our company that I drink. So for those of you who, when we're done, I'm going to talk about a 5-day trial kit if you wanted to grab some ketones. I'm adding in some electrolytes for you to trial. So those are some of the questions that were asked just to kind of get you started. If you want a foods list and a video that I did a long time ago, but it was kind of breaking down like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, how we started, mindset, and really what it looks like. If you want a foods list, post food below because I will share with you. It's an old foods list. I probably should update it. I'm going to update it today. But it'll give you an idea of where we started and helping you understand it's one day at a time, what works best for you, understanding your body, am I hungry, different things like that. So I did say earlier, the Ketogenic Bible is a great resource. Somebody asked that. It's a great resource for those who are looking for like a book to learn from. Is this making sense so far? I hope this is making sense. I would love for you to press the share button just so that other people can learn and grow as well. And then, okay, so for those of you who are just tuning in, if you're new, post new below so that we can chat. But also, I did draw some winners for ketones, and I did draw some winners for books. So make sure you check your names above. And then those of you who have been asking about this, I'll give you a 3-minute understanding of what it is and how to drink it. I've been drinking ketones for 5.5 years. I think every day somebody sends me a message on Instagram or Facebook and they're like, why do you drink ketones if your body can make them? And I always send you a voice message and I go, good question. Let's chat. Because years ago, I didn't start with a strict keto diet. I did not cut my my carbs down to 20 or under because I was overwhelmed. Remember, I had 4 babies. My husband was doing the diet. My husband came home one day and he said, Stephanie, and this was before the company was even, like, you didn't even know where to order it. He goes, I found something that if it works, it's going to change thousands of people's lives. He goes, because what he was doing for 2 years was he was in ketosis and then he would be out of ketosis. And then he would get really strict and he would do well and then he would eat something and he's out, right? So he said, it's not fair, but if it works, it's going to change thousands of people's lives. So he handed me this little packet. And I'm going to show you what I did. I have to move my phone real quick. My phone keeps cutting out, sorry. He handed me a little packet and he said, if this works, it's going to change lives. Because what it is it's ketones. So you take a cup of water, right? My husband fills it up to, I think this is 24 ounces. He uses even a bigger one. Sometimes he does 30 ounces of water. I actually only usually do 16. What do I have it on? I have 16. I do a smaller amount. You can use as much water as you want. I'm taking this packet because we do lots of fun different flavors. So there's no flavor, there's a flavor that you would love. And if you want to know more about this when we're done, post 5 in the comments because I've got a couple trial kits. I'm almost out. I'm waiting for another shipment, but I've got a little bit left so that if you want to trial some ketones or you want to know more and watch some actual videos from the doctors, I'll send them to you so you can learn more about it. But post 5 in the comments if you want to learn more. I've got a couple left, and then the other people will have to wait till I get some more that I will share. I have my own personal stash, but that does not get sold. So I like to lick smells good. Okay. So he said, all you're going to do is you're going to put it in water. And at this time I was like, babe, I don't really care. But honestly, I tried it because my husband's great and I trusted him. And I was a tired mom. You guys want to know why I drank this? So we've got 4 daughters, we homeschool, and I used to turn the TV on at 2:30 or 3 o'clock every day, and I would just go, Mommy just needs a nap. And ketones, if you know this, your body can make ketones or you can drink them. Not all ketones are created equal, and not everybody's bodies will make ketones, just so you know. There's lots of reasons some of the doctors that I listen to say that people's bodies don't make ketones. And so it just depends, right? So I drank this. I was at a homeschool conference. I was laughing because I drank it and I kept sneaking away in the bathroom and I was peeing on little sticks. Has anybody peed on those little sticks where you're testing your ketones? I will tell you, they're not accurate. They'll do it right away in the beginning, but the longer you're eating keto or low carb, the longer you're drinking ketones, the pee strips are not accurate. If you really want to test, get a blood meter. I was peeing on a strip and it was turning it colors and I was like, oh my goodness. I was calling my husband. I was like, babe, first of all, it tastes great. Second of all, I'm the only mom, it's 3 o'clock, that's awake, that's not like, I'm listening and I feel incredible. I don't understand what ketones are, but what are they? And so what I came to find out is I can drink these and we have the only naturally fermented ketone that matches what your body creates. You can't go to the store and buy something at Walmart. It's no different than buying really stinky vitamins that your body just pees out. Same concept, but there's different types of salts. So I drank it and I didn't need a nap. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it the next day. Same thing. And I said, I felt like my brain turned on. So what I want you to know is ketones are a fuel source. Some of you drink pots of coffee. Some of you drink Red Bulls or energy drinks, right? I drink ketones. I have for 5.5 years. They're incredibly tasting. I call it my mom fuel because it legitimately gives me the energy, the focus, the appetite, and craving control every single day. And then regardless of how I eat, sometimes I'm low carb. For those of you who've been watching my journey, I've been working out a lot more and I've been eating a lot more protein. And what I've learned from Dr. Ryan Lowry, who is one of the authors of the Ketogenic Bible and created this, he said a lot of women who are complaining of hair loss, or maybe their hormones are shifting around, it's because they don't have enough protein. Well, if you eat too much protein, your body's kicked out of ketosis, right? So it's kind of like this, like, I don't want to eat too much, but I don't want, so there's so much to it, but I eat a lot of protein. And so I drink them because it fuels my body. It's not a magic pill. And then I do the best I can with my food. I have people that drink ketones and that are vegan, some are Whole30, some are just eating better, some are lazy keto, some are low carb, some are strict keto, doesn't matter. You don't have to be strict keto to drink it. But ketones, whether your body makes them or you drink them, help with fat loss. They help with, and fat loss is different than weight loss. We're gonna touch on that in a second. They help with fat loss, brain fog, like they help with the clarity, like your brain. I have people that are like, oh my goodness, my brain is turned on and I didn't realize how much brain fog I had. So appetite and craving control, muscle preservation. We've got athletes that are doing phenomenal because it's helping with their muscle preservation and so much more, right? People going, I've never slept better ever. We've got caffeine and caffeine free. So there's so many benefits. And so here's the deal. If you want to know more, I've got videos that are not from a mom, but from experts. So post 5 in the comments, and that is that. Plus, it tastes incredible. Good question. So somebody asked if you can drink ketones while pregnant. That is a common question. It's really up to you. And I always say, ask your doctor. Send me a private message and I'll send you the ingredients list. The reason we have to say ask your doctor is because you don't want a nursing or a pregnant mom not eating. Because the ketones really do suppress your appetite. They help you. I feel like they give you like a 5-second, oh, am I going to grab that out of habit, or I'm just bored, or am I truly hungry? And so for a nursing or pregnant mom, I would say you don't want to skip a meal. You've got to drink a lot of water. It's up to you. I've got friends that do and don't, but I'm not a doctor. So I would say ask your doctor, and I can give you the ingredients list and you could go, what do you think? Can I drink it? Because a pregnant mom isn't looking to lose fat, probably energy to keep up with your other kids. That's where I was at. So here's the recap. We did some Q&A. If you've got any other questions, post below. I posted the winners above in the header of the video. Some of you are going to be receiving Mom Fuel. I will be doing some more lives and more drawings, so continue to tune in and check in on your 30-day accountability. So check in every single day, whether it's on a picture or the videos that we do of how's your journey going, what questions do you have, 100% here to help. Yes. Oh, so for those of you who are asking, how do you get ketones? Post a 5 in the comments, and there's different ways you can trial them. So like we send out little packs like this. Let me get one really quick. They either look like this, whether it's like a flat pack. This is a seasonal flavor, so it's not around all the time. Or you can try, let me grab one more flavor. Where's another one? You can try 5 or 10. Just, my connection's getting bad. You can try 5 or 10 just through, my phone's falling, sorry. Real life here, people. This is what it would look like. So you get a variety of flavors, you give it a shot. I work with you personally one-on-one, and we try it, and you're gonna test it, and you're gonna, maybe you intermittent fast, maybe you need help with food, and you're gonna try one every single day for 5 or 10 days. And you're gonna check it out, and you're gonna test your energy, if you like the flavor. Some of you are like, oh, I'm really weird with textures and grittiness. It's not gritty, it's super smooth. You're gonna see how you feel, you're gonna check the flavor, you're gonna check your appetite. This one is my absolute all-time favorite. And you're gonna test it out. This will not take 30, 60, 90 days to feel and see how great you feel. I mean, my very first packet, I was like, is this real? I feel incredible. So there's lots to it. I actually really want to send you some videos to watch from the formulators. So when you press 5 below, I'm going to send you some videos to watch. We can chat back and forth about your goals. This is kind of what it would look like, just a variety to see what you think. So that's it. Continue to tune in, continue to check in. I am here to help, and I appreciate you all. So I'll come back later on tonight and come back and check out all of your messages. So I hope you guys have an incredible night. I'm trying to read to see if anybody has any. Hey, if you want to know more about becoming a promoter, Barbara, which is, I would say, joining my team. I've got lots of moms that I help. I love it. If you ever see my Instagram stories of like me doing Zooms every week, I always say, if you want to help others, if you are already loving ketones, if you're already loving them, and if you want to potentially drink free ketones, if you want something to do from home, like myself, whatever it is, like if you want to talk about the sharing aspect, I would love to, so that you can post promoter below. That's what we call ourselves, and it's fun. But we really do have a great team. And it's not just moms. Some of you are like, do I have to be a mom? No. I call it my mom fuel because I'm a mom and I feel great, but my husband drinks them. There's lots of non-moms that drink them. But the point is we have a great team. The community aspect behind our company, it's not just about ketones, just so you know. Like, the company really, really, really strives to lead with education. I would say help you with your own confidence, teaching you so many different things on leadership and just overall a better you. It's not just like ketones and done. So there's a lot of things I could share. I know this is long-winded, so I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you have, and I'll come back and answer all of those soon. So have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon.